Guys, gals, everything in between, here are today's top stories for Monday, May 11th, 2020. Heinz Ketchup released an all-red puzzle that will definitely keep you busy. This should be fun. Scrolling through Instagram these days, I usually see a lot of banana bread, throwback photos, and completed puzzles. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm glad people are finding simple but fun ways to stay entertained while staying inside. Heinz has also taken note of this, it seems, because the brand just made an all-red puzzle. It goes without saying, but this puzzle is definitely not your average afternoon activity, since all 570 pieces are the same red hue of the famous Heinz ketchup. Putting it together might take a while since there are no images or lines to guide you. I know for a fact this puzzle isn't something I'd be into. I like patience and know it would make me hungry. But I'd assume the same people that are into jigsaw puzzle that made it with entirely clear pieces. Yes, really, just clear pieces. The thing about this all-red Heinz puzzle is that you can't just order it online or pick it up from the store. Because puzzles are so popular right now, Heinz is only offering this one through an online giveaway. There are 57 puzzles available total, in honor of the 57 varieties of Heinz that is labeled on every bottle. Either way, you might as well comment and see if you get lucky. After all, if you get your hands on a puzzle, it'll keep you busy for a couple of days at least. I don't know about you guys, gals, and everything in between, but I'm not a fan of puzzles. So this one would be just about impossible for me to do. I mean, by the time I completed it, there might have been already 5 or 6 COVID-19 and COVID-20 and COVID-21 by the time I'm all said and done. Let's just go on to the next article. Tennessee dad creates commencement ceremony for his daughter in their driveway. As the reality of virtual graduation sets in, parents are finding unique ways to give their children the recognition they deserve on their big day. One dad in Memphis, Tennessee, transformed his driveway to do just that. The proud father had a stage, podium, and participants dressed in full regalia to honor his daughter Gabrielle and her degree from Xavier University of Louisiana. The setup caught the attention of a neighbor who shared the event on Instagram saying, "My next door neighbor's daughter couldn't have had her official graduation due to the pandemic, so here's one created just for her. Now that's a great proud father for you. He made it happen." The program details all of the elements one would expect to see at a normal graduation: a procession, an invocation, national anthem, welcome, song, commencement address, and most important, the conferring of degree followed by the recessional. After doing the hard work to earn the Bachelor's of Public Health Science with a minor in biology, Gabrielle's family was determined to create the space to cheer her on for all to see. According to the program, Gabrielle is heading into the armed forces to fulfill her dream of working for the CDC. With support like this, all dreams are attainable. Good on you, Dad. Good on you, mate. Thumbs up to you. Next article. Trump storms out of briefing after being called out for racism from Chinese-American reporter. Monday's White House press briefing on coronavirus abruptly ended when a CBS reporter, Weijia Zhang, called him out on his spin over coronavirus testing, and the president began arguing. Zhang asked Trump why he keeps repeatedly boasting about how the United States is best in the world at testing when 80,000 Americans are dead. Trump snapped back, "That's a nasty question." Zhang, who is Chinese American, asked, "Why did you say China to me?" At which point Trump abruptly ended the interview and walked away from the press pool. Trump then pointed to CNN's Caitlin Collins for a question, then refused to allow her to answer her question, and ultimately stormed out. More shenanigans, more Trump. This one's a very sad story. Bankrupt mother jumps off bridge with her son after they lost their home. Last year, a 32-year-old single mother from Ibagué, Colombia, jumped off a 330-foot bridge while holding her son, taking both of their lives in the process. The incident took place on February 7, 2019, at the La Varianta Bridge in the community area of Tolima, Ibagué. Bystanders were unable to do anything to help, but some managed to record some video footage and take some photos of their final moments. According to investigators, the mother, Jessie Paola Moreno Cruz, was in the midst of a financial crisis and had been recently kicked out of her home. With no resources to rent, a new place to stay, her and her son became homeless for a period of time, and she spiraled into a deep depression. Feeling like she had nowhere else to turn, Cruz made the tragic decision to take her own life and to take her child with her. Local reporters who were on the scene said that the young boy was pleading with his mother not to jump in the middles before she made the plunge. An ambulance quickly arrived on the scene, but sadly there was nothing that anyone could do but pull the bodies out of the water. A joint funeral later took place for both the mother and her son. Investigators say that Cruz was being threatened by loan sharks and left behind a suicide note that elaborated on the events that led up to her decision. Her letter stated that, "I cannot tolerate the idea that somebody could hurt you because of what I did. I prefer that we leave and forget this world. I have no hope. I have been defeated and humiliated. The man who told me he loved me left me alone, very alone. They all left me with nothing. Everything I worked for, everything I lived for, all I loved, all I gave, it was snatched away in an instant. My mistake was to trust the wrong people. I failed the person I loved most in my life. I cannot afford to pay for his studies. I do not even have enough money to give him hot food. I have placed him in danger, and I am sorry for failing you, son. Every day is more difficult and filled with threats, debt, and lack of love. I cannot do it anymore. I will be told I am a coward, but only God knows the distress of being terrified that someone will hurt you because of me. If only somebody could help me, but who can lend me the money or even a home? There is nobody. The world is dangerous, and I cannot protect you. Every day is gray. My heart beats with anxiety. I cry with frustration and impotence. I am a loser. This time I will not fail you, my son. Nobody will hurt us anymore." Nearly 800,000 people die by suicide in the world each year, which is roughly one death every 40 seconds. Suicide is the second leading cause of death in the world for those aged 15 to 24 years. Suicide also accounted for 1.4% of all deaths worldwide, making it the 18th leading cause of death in 2016, according to the World Health Organization. Sad story indeed. Rest in peace, mother and son. Rest in peace. In another story today, police find 6-year-old boy tied up in shed. Grandmother and boyfriend arrested. This was over in Dallas. A man and woman are in jail after a 6-year-old boy was found with his hands tied behind his back inside a shed in Dallas. Police found the child behind the home on Costin Drive around 11:30 p.m. on Sunday night. When they asked the boy's grandmother where he was, she told officers he was with his mother. But when they walked toward the back of the house, they found a man living in the back of the property who pointed them toward the shed. Officers told the grandmother to open the shed or they would break down the door. She opened it and police found the boy. His grandmother said he was only in there that one time as punishment, but her boyfriend, who lives in the house, said for at least 2 weeks confinement in the shed was the child's punishment since he was stealing food. The boy told officers that alleged abuse started since he got out of school for this corona thing. It's just one story after another, eh, folks? Days and times that we live in. Guys, gals, everything in between. I will be back daily to provide news updates. I'm thinking of doing a live stream a couple hours after I post this video. So if you are interested, join me tonight. We will discuss these as well as other topics and hopefully bring some peace in this world. That's what we're always trying to do. Peace and love, peace and love. Hope you and your family are safe. Stay safe as much as possible. Safety first, health first. As always, peace and love from me and everybody in this channel. I know we're all a bunch of good people here. For now, Avakaga out.